everyone, it's Lily here from Shine Bright Diamonds 2023, and I'm coming to you today with another one of my weekly WIP'n Chat videos. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. I am so happy that you have found my little corner here on YouTube. And of course, those of you that are returning, welcome back. Now, if this is your first time tuning into a WIP'n Chat, WIP stands for Work in Progress, and chat is where I chat to you about what's been going on in my little corner here in Canada. So feel free to pull out your project or treat this as a podcast, whatever floats your boat. So let's get into it because I'm getting really close to finishing Song of Artemis by Margaret Morales. So if this is your first time tuning in, I've been working on this canvas, I think now for 3 weeks. And this was the image here. So it's this beautiful painting here. And I kid you not, I actually only have pretty much 1.5 rows left to complete because the end of the canvas is right here, which is super crazy. So I'm getting excited about it. Now, before we officially dive into the WIP'n Chat, I'll go over my supplies. So the tray that I'm using today is this tray here. It's from Yellow Dog Designs, and it is their copper color with their starburst pattern on the bottom, which is super fun. The pen that I'm using is, I'm not too sure actually where I got this pen because I actually won it. It was in one of the prize boxes that the Diamond Stitcher had provided during one of her, I think it was a spring event, and I had won one of the prize boxes. So this was one of the pens that was included. And cover minder, also coming from Yellow Dog Designs. And finally, my release papers are coming from Bee's Crafty Corner. And as always, the putty that I put into my pen is coming from Creations Moran. So I'm going to turn on the light here. I'm going to move this off to the side. All right, so the section I'm going to be working on is this section here. I had started it earlier today, and my goal is to finish this section and possibly the final section of this row before I go to bed tonight. So we'll see, because it's 7:30 p.m. and I normally go to bed at 9, so we'll see how far I get, but hey, I'm getting there. So how are you? What is new? I know in my last WIP'n Chat, I actually filmed it on a Monday instead of a Sunday. But this time I am actually filming Sunday night. And tomorrow I go back to work after having a week off for my March break. So it's been pretty good. The last time we chatted, I had on Monday gone for my car's oil change, and I was doing some meal prep for my freezer. So I guess we'll start with Tuesday. So Tuesday, I had another doctor's appointment, and I had essentially another follow up with my family doctor. Unfortunately, my arms, my left arm, the tingling and numbness has started to come back. It tends to happen a lot more when I'm doing like batch cooking. So there's something going on with the nerves. Unfortunately, she doesn't think it's 100% carpal tunnel now, which when I asked her, because I'm still waiting for the nerve testing, and I did ask her about it, and she said that it's going to be a couple of months. So I've already been waiting over a month for my nerve testing. But the reason it's taking so much longer is because she didn't just put me in for nerve testing. She also put me in to see a neurologist. Um, so we'll see what comes out with that. But she said it'll be a couple of months. So I'm really hoping maybe before summer that I can get seen. But I did tell her, whenever I'm cooking, there's something with either when I'm chopping or when I'm baking, stirring, like, and I don't know what it is, because the weird part is I'm not left-handed, I'm actually right-handed. So that's the part where even she's a little confused as to why I am having these issues. So that was Tuesday. Now, Tuesday, I did aggravate my arm even more because I did more meal prep. I ended up making like 3 or 4 tubs of chili for my freezer. So essentially, my freezer is stocked now. So that's really nice. It's nice and full. So for the work week, now I just have to pull out home cooked meals and heat them up as I go. So that's pretty cool. Um, but yeah, so Monday and Tuesday of my week off was just busy with like appointments, doing a lot more of like the household stuff. I think I was still in like work mode. And then it really wasn't until Wednesday that I started to relax a lot more. So Wednesday, I visited with my friend. I saw her and we went for lunch at like this really cute little cafe. Um, and when we were there, like I haven't seen her, I think, since January. So it was nice because we ended up celebrating her birthday. And when we were there, we both got the exact same thing, this like Mediterranean veggie wrap. Oh, it was so good. It was stuffed with like black olives and the feta cheese, and then there was avocado and lettuce and tomato and like red onion. Like it was just so good. And her and I are very similar with food. So we both then actually got the exact same thing. So it was nice seeing her. And then after that, her and I went to a plaza close by the cafe and we just walked around and hung out. So that was nice. And then when I came home Wednesday afternoon, I actually started hardcore diamond painting. And I actually finished more than half of this diamond painting this week. I think partially because one, it is around drill canvas. So round drills, just in general, work up much faster for me. And also, it's been a lot more color blocking. Like this section, it's, so so, but a lot of like the sections up here, so much color blocking. Um, so it's been working up pretty quick. And yeah, and then Wednesday night I had dance class. Thursday was nothing. I had no appointments, no plans to visit. So I literally spent all day Thursday just diamond painting. And then because I had done so much cooking, it was sort of like clean out the fridge night for dinner. So it was just sort of like leftovers. So all day Thursday, that's all I did was diamond paint. It was amazing. Um, Obviously I took breaks, like I did go for walks throughout the week. Um, but yeah, so I think Thursday hammered out a lot of this diamond painting, hence why I'm super close to finishing it. Um, and then Friday was the same thing, a lot of diamond painting. I did do some house chores, switched out some of my decorations and put out some of my spring stuff. What else did I do? And then Friday afternoon, I went to visit with another friend, an old colleague. And it was nice. We just got together, caught up. And then Friday evening was more diamond painting. So it's been pretty good. And then Saturday, more diamond painting. I've honestly just been like hardcore really into this diamond painting. But also personally, like myself, when I get closer to finishing a diamond painting, like near the end, like when I can actually see the end of the canvas when I'm sitting at my desk, I get hyper fixated on it and that's it. I'm literally going to finish this. So yeah, that's been my week. Today's Sunday. Well, actually, sorry, I should go back. So Saturday was a lot of diamond painting. We had thunderstorms yesterday. And then Saturday night, my boyfriend and I got takeout. We got Laziz, so that was always good. Laziz is similar to an Osmos. So we got shawarma, essentially. And we ended up watching this movie called Carry On. And it was intense. It's been a while since I've watched a movie that I've been like super into. So if you haven't seen Carry On, it's on Netflix, but the premise is it's like a TSA worker and he's at the airport and he's supposed to be like, checking people's luggage, and he ends up getting roped into this guy played by Jason Bateman trying to like smuggle some unknown object onto a plane. And it's an action mystery type movie. It's pretty good. I think it came out at actually some, my guess is maybe like November or December of 2024 because it was a Christmas movie, which I didn't know that, but it was just so good. So we ended up watching that last night, which was Saturday. And then today we put ourselves in gear to get ready for the work week. So we did groceries, we visited with his family, like my boyfriend's family. Um, and then we essentially came home, and again, it was really rainy today. So we weren't out too long. My boyfriend and I, we did go to the mall briefly, because I did want to go to Bath and Body Works. They were having like their candles were on sale, and I wanted to get some spring scents. So I got some candles. I got my favorite scent, which is fresh cut lilac. Um, and so that was nice. But yeah, and so today it's just been diamond painting. I organized my stuff for work. So because I was out of my office for a week, I did bring home quite a bit of stuff that I just didn't want to leave, like my shoes, my indoor shoes, my extra sweater and stuff. So I organized everything and it's in my car right now. So it's one less thing for me to worry about to carry out in the morning. And then, yeah, so now I'm here diamond painting, which I can't complain. I was debating putting this kit off to the side, because prior to March break, what I was doing was I was diamond painting my Halloween mystery kit on work days, like Monday to Friday, and then working on this kit only on the weekends. But because I'm so close to finishing this kit, I think this kit, I'm just going to leave it out and I will go back to my mystery painting, like that routine, when this one is done. Like, don't get me wrong, the mystery painting is fun and I really enjoyed it as like something to work on in the morning because normally before work, um, I think I mentioned before that I really like just slow mornings. I don't like rushing. So and I'm also a morning person. So I wake up early, and once I've sort of like gotten myself ready for work, I tend to have like a good like 20, 30 minutes, sometimes 35 minutes if I get ready super quick in the morning, to diamond paint before I actually have to leave, like start driving to work. And in the morning, I found that the mystery kit was just a good way to wake up my brain because it's more of a mental challenge for me. Um, so we'll see. We'll see what I end up deciding to do before I go to bed. If I just tuck this one off to the side, or and put the mystery kit out, or if I just leave this one and power through it. I don't know yet. We'll see. But yeah. So, on that note, actually, I want to grab a sip of my tea before I get into my next story because it was wild. Like, the diamond painting news I have this week really blew me away. Um, so, on Friday, because I knew I was getting like super close to finishing this kit, and normally when I can see the end of the canvas is when I start organizing the next diamond painting that I'm going to be working on, because I like to sort of have my kit flattened out. And then, because for me, the drills are just super staticky, what I do is I leave the drills in the bathroom. And then essentially the steam I find from like when my boyfriend and I like shower, like it just helps break up the static. So on Friday, I was like, I need to start figuring out my next kit because I have a feeling, um, I'm going to be ready to start something new for sure, if not next weekend, but like sometime before the beginning of April. So I had posted a poll on both my Instagram and my YouTube channel. And I had left it up to everyone to vote. And I only gave two kits as an option. One of them was Rainy Day by Hannah Lynn, and the other one was Little Baker by Miss Holly. So both kits I do plan to work on sometime this year. I know originally I was like, I want to work on Rainy Day, but then part of me is like, I think it would be cool to see what the general vibe is in terms of which kit I should work on. Because Little Baker by Miss Holly has been a kit that from the moment I got it, which was, I think it came out sometime in like this time last year with Diamond Art Club. But long story short, from the moment I essentially got that kit, I've just been itching to kit it up. Now, both of those kits, Rainy Day and Little Baker, are big. Um, and they're also square drill canvas. So I know that for sure they would be a month and a half, maybe a 2 month project. So, like, I'm in it, you know? And I was like, okay, I don't know which one to do. So I was like, I'll put up a poll. So, like I said, I did the poll on my Instagram and my YouTube channel. Let me tell you, I have never, first of all, I've never done a poll before where I've asked people, like, what kit should I do next? On Instagram, it was so tight. Like, there were times where it was 50-50, and I'm like, this is not working. And thank goodness I ended up doing the poll on YouTube because Instagram poll was 50-50 for most of the day. And then it finally shifted where it looked like Little Baker by Miss Holly was going to win. And then next thing you know, it was Rainy Day by Hannah Lynn. And I'm like, I really don't know what kit is going to win on Instagram. And then on YouTube, um, it was like a clear winner on YouTube was the what is it? The Little Baker. But then like on YouTube, it was four votes. Like in the end, it was 6 votes in total. So 6 people voted on YouTube. Of those 6 people, only 2 people voted for Rainy Day and 4 people voted for Little Miss Baker. So I was like, okay, like YouTube seems to be holding steady. Like there's none of this 50-50, like whatever. So then I ended up texting my boyfriend. I'm like, hey, I need you to go on my Instagram and vote because I don't know what's going on. Like, things are just 50-50. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, you need to pick. So, anyway, he went on, he voted. Um, no bias with his vote because honestly, I don't think he completely understood why I was texting him when he was at work saying, please vote on Instagram with what diamond painting kit I should work on. But anyway, so he votes, and I was like, okay, interesting. And then again, it was like 50-50. So near the end, because I wanted to, my goal was this weekend to kit up, well, at least start kitting up whatever kit won. I didn't. All I managed to do was hang the canvas, and it's starting to sort of flatten. But anyway, so in the end, I ended up taking the Instagram votes and adding them to the YouTube votes. And Little Baker won by 1 vote. That's how close this was. I did not expect that. I thought for sure Rainy Day by Hannah Lynn would win because that is just such a spring kit. And in Canada, maybe in other parts of the world, but April is super rainy and it's just you're living in puddles and it's wild. But I honestly thought Rainy Day was going to win and it did not win. Um so anyway, the next kit I will be working on is Little Baker by Miss Holly. And I have taken it out of the box and the kit is now flattening. Now the drills, I have not started to kit it up. I think I can't remember how many colors it is. Actually, I have the sheet here. It's, oops, okay. Actually, I'll show you what it is. So this is the kit that won, shockingly, and it is 84 colors. It's huge, and it's 99 centimeters by 70 centimeters. So it's just this massive painting. Now, the other thing that I didn't think about when I put things to vote is that Rainy Day by Hannah Lynn is very like confetti heavy. Like there's not a whole lot of color blocking in it. Like there's like line blocking, but it's not like color blocking where I can like zip through sections like super quick. um Little Baker, I'll bring up the picture again, is so much color blocking. And the one thing I didn't realize is there's a lot of color blocking and it's ABs. And those of you that know me know that ABs and I are not friends. Although I do have another story about ABs, so hold that thought. But this kit, because it's square and it's color blocking, and because I've been working on rounds and have gotten very comfortable with color blocking with rounds, before I work on Little Baker by Miss Holly, I'm going to be working on one of my snack size square canvases. I have a lot of mini canvases from Fallon Gems, so I'm going to end up working on one of my snack size kits from Fallon Gems that's square and it's tons of color blocking to practice my square color blocking again. Because I was like, oh, this is going to be hard because for whatever reason, I struggle when I go from round canvases to square canvases. Now, the Halloween kit is the exception, my Halloween mystery kit, because that kit, I'm single placing it. Even if there's areas that I probably could get away with color blocking, for whatever reason, it's too hard for me. I think because the canvas is not in color, like it's just in black and white, and I really have to concentrate on the symbols. So that kit, I'm single placing. I'm not multi-placing. So yeah. So I'm hoping to officially start Little Baker possibly before the beginning of April, but I will be working on one of my mini canvases that's square that has lots of color blocking so that I can reacquaint myself with how to color block for squares. So anyway, that's my story. Now, on that note, with color blocking, the one thing that has surprised me, so this canvas that I've been working on, there's so many special drills. Like there's an electro, there's crystals, there's fairy dust, there's AB. Like it's absolutely beautiful. Now there was a section, I can't remember where. Maybe it was like in the last row. I don't even know. Like the sections are just blurring because I've just been flying through this kit. But there was a section where it was just a ton of AB drills and it was just color blocking of ABs. And I'm like, oh man, this is going to take me forever. Like, I'm just single placing. So, tell me how I decided to get a little bold. And this Diamond Art Club pen, the Twist Pick pen. So, this one came with, the clear wax in it. So, this works amazing. Like, this is just a special pen. So, for whatever reason, I decided to, because I'm like, I wonder if I can use my four placer and multi-place. And for whatever reason, I thought, let me put my beeswax. So I normally use beeswax from Dreamwax Studios. They're a small shop in Ontario, Canada. So I thought, let me put the beeswax in the four, like the little four multi-placer, the thin tip. And for whatever reason, this, like maybe it's just me and maybe I just struggle with the metal tips for ABs, but this plastic tip for AB multi-placing is amazing. And I've learned that I can now multi-place 4 AB drills. Haha, without having struggles. So I don't know if it's just, this mind over matter situation, and because, it's the clear wax, I don't know. Or maybe I've just been diamond painting too long and I'm just slowly descending into like madness. I I have no idea. But I was really excited. So anyway, that's my exciting news, because I don't know what it is. Like AB Drills and I, we just don't get along. And like half the time it pulls the wax out, or I can't pick them up. I don't know. But ever since I've got that pen, it's just been great. So that pen is like the pen for AB Drills. And now that there's a plastic tip that seems to work, it's even better. But yeah, anyway, that was my grand diamond painting discovery and all the crafting that I've been doing this week. Oh boy. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, that's my crafting news. Now, in other diamond painting news, Saturday, Diamond Art Club had a massive release of Disney diamond kits. They had 25 Disney kits come out. And I was super excited because they had a Mulan kit come out, which is super cute. But I ended up wish listing it because I'm still holding out for Diamond Art Club to restock Magical Arcades by Miss Holly. That's the only Miss Holly kit that I'm missing. And that is like right now my unicorn. So I was like, I'm not going to get the Mulan kit. It's on my wish list. I'm just waiting for Diamond Art Club to restock Magical Arcades, which I feel it's going to happen. I really think it's going to happen either sometime this month or in April, because I think I don't even know when it last restocked, because it did restock and I just was like, no, I'm okay. But now I'm like, oh, I should have just picked it up when it restocked, because now I'm afraid that it's going to get archived before I can add it to my collection. But yeah, so Diamond Art Club released 25 Disney kits. They are stunning, but oh my gosh, they are huge. And the one thing I'm trying to do is when I'm choosing paintings now, because last year I was just sort of like, hey, if I like the art, it is what it is. But now I'm like trying to be a little more mindful with how big these paintings are. One, because of my workspace, and two, I'm also a little more picky with the artists. But some of the paintings are just massive. Like they're over 100 centimeters, which I will live vicariously through those of you that work on them. And I will be waiting for like progress posts as they pop up on the different diamond painting groups. But I was surprised with how big they were. I didn't expect it. There was one that's like really cute. It's a Winnie the Pooh one, but it's like the classic Winnie the Pooh art, and it's called The Parade, and it has like all the Winnie the Pooh characters with Christopher Robin, and they're just parading. And it's so cute, but it's massive. So anyway, I was surprised. I didn't expect that. I did not expect that. And there were so many Little Mermaid kits, which, don't get me wrong, I love the Little Mermaid, but there's only so many Little Mermaid kits that I can own, because I have one from Oraloa. Well, it's not actually Little Mermaid, it's just implied like Little Mermaid fan art. And then I do have a Little Mermaid kit from Diamond Art Club that I got from their Amazon store, and then one of them from the first round of releases. But I'm like, I cannot own all of the Little Mermaid kits. That's too much Little Mermaid for me. But yeah, don't get me wrong, I love Little Mermaid. I am I would love to see though a landscape, because some of them are like more portrait style, which is really nice. But the ones that were coming out, like, or the, what was it? The ones that they were doing releases or previews for, that's the word, previews for on Friday before they all dropped, were more like landscape style ones. And I would love to see a landscape scene um from Beauty and the Beast or Mulan. That is something I would love to see. If it's Beauty and the Beast, I'd love it to be like, maybe Belle in the castle with like the books, like when they're in the library. That's really cute. Or if it's Mulan, I'd love to see one with like Mulan. like in Mushu, or maybe like Milan in like the garden at like her family home, because that would have like so many flowers. So yeah, so I'm still waiting to see what other Disney kits will be released. I imagine there's going to be a lot more. Um because we don't really have, there's no Moana, which I'm surprised because Moana's like super popular. And I'm also curious too if there's going to be like any Disney Pixar diamond painting kits. Like if there's Finding Nemo, Finding Dory, I'm all for it. Up, oh, I love Up. Up is one of my favorite Disney Pixar movies. Um, but yeah, so I'm curious to see like if there'll be any of those. Even like Elemental, like that would be so cool. Um, I liked Elemental actually. That was good. Or even like one of the landscapes from like the Disney movie Wish with like the little stars. Like could you imagine like all the AB like special drills you could use for like the stars from that movie? Ugh. Anyway, I'm a huge Disney fan, but I'm definitely holding out and waiting to see what other Disney themed kits come out. But yeah. So anyway, that's that. Those are my thoughts. So I'm curious if any of you watch or are tuning in. Like, did you participate in purchasing any Disney kits this past weekend? Because there were a lot. Like, I was surprised. 25 is a lot because normally I think Diamond Art Club only has like, I think it's 8 kits. I think. I don't know. But yeah, I was just surprised. I was surprised. But yeah, so I'm curious to see what what other Disney will happen. And of course, my Pixar. If there's Finding Nemo or like Finding Dory, it's over. My weird obsession with fish, love them. Love fish. They're just so cool. Especially like corals. That's always fun too. Okay. Duh. All right. So before I can start on any of the ABs, I do want to do, because I did miss a couple sections of non-AB special drills. Again, I still do that thing where I'm like, I must do all the special drills last. I don't know why I'm like that. I feel like it's like a reward. It's like you did all the other colors, so now it's time to do all the special drills. Okay. I'm gonna do this one, and then before I wrap up, I do want to show you how this like Diamond Art Club pen works on AB drills, because anyway. Oh, I guess I should have mentioned. So that Diamond Art Club pen, it did come in my Necomark by Jeremiah Kettner kit. That's where that pen came from, which is exciting because I had heard about this clear putty and now I'm just obsessed. So yeah, when Necomark came, I guess I didn't talk about that. When Necomark came, I did open it and it is so cute. I cannot wait to work on that kit, but I feel like that one's going to be like a rainy day kit because it's just super cute. But anyway, when I opened it up, it came with that fun pen, and now I'm like, this pen is just magical. Okay, so this is it, the clear wax. So I'm going to twist it, and it's going to come out. But watch, because these are the IUV drills. Beautiful, lovely. Now check this out. Look at this. Nothing. There is no residue, nothing. This is just great. So it does this, which I love. And then my Dream Wax, beeswax, went in the single 4 thing. And check this out. So I don't know if maybe because it was a metal tip, I was pressing too hard, but I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, maybe I've just spent too long this week. Too many hours diamond painting. Oh, and I keep finding drills everywhere too. That's the other thing. I found like a drill in the bathroom this week. I was like, oh gosh, they're just everywhere at this point. Because I always fling them and then they go flying, and then I don't know. I guess I track them throughout the apartment. But yeah. So anyway, I don't know if maybe like all this time I just needed to be using a plastic multi-placer for AB drills instead of a metal one, because there's not like that scraping sound. I really don't know. But ever since I've had this discovery, it's been amazing. And I've also learned that I really just have to be super gentle with the AP drills. I'm like barely pushing them into my multiplacer. But yeah, so I honestly think the solution for me with AB drills was I just need to be using a plastic thin placer and not metal. Yeah. So anyway, all right. So I am going to wrap up this video, and I will, of course, as always, share on my Instagram my progress. We will see. I don't think. I think what I'm going to do is work on this kit throughout the week so I can just wrap it up because it's so close to being done, and then resume that what I was doing before, which was mystery kit on weekdays and non-mystery kit on weekends. Because like I did say, I do want to honor the mystery of the mystery kits, hence why I don't want to be working on them in the WIP'n chats, because I know there are probably some of you that have it in your stash and really want to work on it. Just super quick, I have not worked on the mystery kit since Friday, March 7th. Um, so no progress was made on it whatsoever. But yeah, anyway. Okay, so I'm going to wrap it up. In terms of this week, so this video will be going up on Tuesday, March 18th. And then Thursday, March 20th, I believe I have one of my Let's Explore videos that will be premiering. So if you enjoyed today's video, actually, before I get into that, let me turn off the light. So here it is. So I just have these little, I think this fairy dust color left. But yeah, it's coming along. So if you did enjoy today's video, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. Your support does mean the world to me. Of course, if you are looking for more diamond painting content, you can find me on my Instagram at ShineBrightDiamonds2023. So until next time, happy diamond painting. Bye, everyone.